I have always been interested in AI and machine learning. I watched all these YouTube videos where the AI learns to do amazing things, and I wanted to create something similar. So in this video, I will show how I created my first AI project using Unity and machine learning agents. Okay, it's not exactly my first AI project, but first project using Unity. I've done something in Python before, but I wanted to create these nice visualizations of the AI. That's why I chose Unity, and that's what this video is about. I will explain my steps of creating the AI along the way, so enjoy the video. First, I didn't know where to start, so I was just going through the main ML Agents GitHub repository, and you can find some really nice examples of AI there that someone has already created. For example, one that really caught my eye was this AI agent. He needs to press a button to spawn a pyramid, then navigate to the pyramid, knock it over, and move to the gold brick at the top. And I think it's absolutely incredible what the AI can do. They also have some good walkthroughs on how to train your first agent and create your first environment. After I installed Unity ML Agents package, I started by running one of their pre-trained models. In this simple environment, the agent's task is to balance the ball on its head for as long as possible. After adding the pre-trained model, the agents are able to successfully keep the ball on their head for a long time without dropping it. After I have done that, I moved on to train my own model for these balancing cubes. Training is the most important part of all machine learning projects, and it can be quite frustrating sometimes, but in this case I could use their configuration files, so after about a minute the training was done. Next, I created my own environment from scratch. Again, there is a really nice tutorial on this on the ML Agents website, so I will leave all the links in the description so you can check it out. In this environment, I created a plane to act as a floor for the agent to move around on, a cube to act as the target for the agent to seek, and a sphere to represent the agent itself. Next, I added the logic that lets the agent learn to roll to the cube using reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is the process where you give the agent feedback based on its actions in the environment. Basically, you give him rewards for doing what you want, and you punish him if he does otherwise. In doing so, the agent can learn by method of trial and error. Let's look at how this will work in our example. This is the agent, a sphere, and this is the target, a cube, the agent is trying to get to. If he gets there, he gets +1 reward, and if he doesn't succeed in this mission, because he falls, then he gets reward of 0. Now let's look at how to implement this in a C# script. We'll do this by extending 3 methods from the agent base class. The process of training in the ML Agents toolkit involves running episodes where the agent attempts to solve the task. Each episode lasts until the agent solves the task, fails, or times out. And at the start of each episode, onEpisodeBegin method is called. In the if condition, we check whether the agent fell or not, and if he did, then his position is reset. After that, the target position is set to a random position. For an agent to successfully learn a task, we need to provide it with information about itself and its surroundings. We do this in a method called collectObservations. In the first 2 lines, we give it a position of itself and the target's position. In the other 2 lines, we give it information about its velocity. The last method is onActionReceived, where we assign what kind of action can the agent do. In our case, it has 2 actions corresponding to movement on the vertical and horizontal axis. Then we check if the agent is in a certain distance to the target. If so, then we give him reward of 1 and end the episode. If he falls, then we give him reward of 0. Plus, we implement a heuristic method, which lets us test the environment ourselves and debug potential mistakes before training. This is how the environment looks like. The sphere can move, and if it gets to a cube, the cube gets resetted. Because we want the model to be trained as fast as possible, we can copy the training areas and create more of them. All of the agents will train in parallel and learn from each other's mistakes. This really speeds up the process of learning. Before you can train any AI agent, you need to set hyperparameters in the configuration file. I'll go over what all this means in one of the next episodes. This is how the agent looks like after a couple of minutes of training. Pretty cool, isn't it? And now, it was the time for the final task. Create my first AI project from scratch. In this project, a cube will have to find coins on a platform. It's pretty similar to the last project, but in this scenario it will have to avoid obstacle, an enemy who moves in a random direction. So the agent has to collect coins and avoid the enemy at the same time. We will start by creating a platform and a cube where the agent can walk. Now we add coins for the agent to collect, and finally an enemy for the agent to avoid. I tried to tweak the hyperparameters when training, but it doesn't seem to really improve the performance in this case. And this is our final product. I think it's pretty cool. You can see that the agent learned to collect the coins, and at the same time he learned to avoid the enemy. Of course, it's not perfect, and sometimes he just runs randomly into the enemy or just kills himself by jumping off the platform, but I think it's a good start for now. This video is supposed to work as a motivation for me to continue on in the future, and I will post more videos like this about my journey as I will be learning more about Unity and ML agents. I'll try to explain my learning process in this video, so if you want to know more about AI in Unity, or you just want to see how I will do, subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!